I'm excited for it to not come back.
I know, me too. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Nobody wants to deal with that. What's beyond our reality? Is there a different world waiting for our discovery? Are you open to the disruption that comes with change? This can only be done by embracing your fears, challenging your beliefs, questioning your reality, turning within for real change. This is where we join science, metaphysics, spirituality, and life experiences to bring about true healing. You can be happy. You can have peace. You can heal. This is the Self-Healing Network.
So today's video is an amazing example of what is possible with EFT, also known as Emotional Freedom Technique. This lady today that I'm going to show you is a friend of mine, and she, over a long period of time, has had a recurring knee problem, and it would go away and come back and go away and come back. This particular time it had come back, and it was really, really bothersome to her daily life. It was hard for her to walk and just do normal daily activities. She was having to sit down and put her feet up at pretty much all times of the day, whenever she wasn't doing work or whatever. So it got worse and worse until eventually she had to quit her job, which obviously is a huge inconvenience. So this was about a month after she had to quit her job. I asked her to do a session because this was about the time that I was going to get my certification, and I needed some practice sessions to send to my teacher for my exam. So I thought this was great. Maybe we could work on her knee, and see what happens. And then I can satisfy my requirement for my exam. So this video was during that session, and her results are really, really impressive. So I'd love for you to take a look. I do want to note that while her results are extremely amazing, and one would consider them miraculous, because a long-standing physical pain tends to have long-term emotional issues underneath. And while tapping, we did tapping in this session. So while tapping on the physical pain can eliminate the emotions underneath, it's definitely more common that one would need to get to the root causes and tap on the emotions that are underneath and the related events that contributed to the physical pain. So if you tap on physical pain and you can't get rid of it completely, then you'll need to see what emotions and events are underneath and do EFT on those. And then the pain should resolve. So this is why I consider this particular session miraculous, because it isn't seen a whole lot where you tap on the physical pain and it goes away, like, completely. So this was about 7 months ago that we had this session. This was in September of 2022. And she's still without pain. I see her all the time, maybe once every month or two, and she's still walking around perfectly fine. Her knee pain is gone, and it's actually miraculous. However, I do know her, and I know that she works on herself a lot. So it's definitely possible that she was completely ready to let go of whatever emotions were underneath this physical pain. A lot of times, if people aren't getting rid of the physical pain and the emotions underneath are, long-standing, sometimes if it's not going away, they might not be ready to let go of the emotions underneath. So I think that was a huge factor in this case, is that she was ready to let go of the emotions underneath, whatever they were. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.
All right. So, yeah, we can address the pain of your knee since that's your most concerning issue today, right? The pain of your, I don't know if I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay. It was silent for a second. Okay. And you said you've been having the knee pain for how long?
It started probably like 5 months ago, just kind of a little bit of an ache. And then it's just progressed to where it's constantly popping and I can't do anything without feeling pain.
Uh-huh.
And I ice it, I put it up. I mean, I'm really doing, a lot of trying to do energy work and then releasing negative energy and emotion. And because from what I gathered, it's a lot of emotion that's stuff that's created this pain. And now I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what they're going to do.
I don't want pain meds, I've
right.
been doing ibuprofen and that's about it. So, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's getting better. It's a little bit, tiny bit, but I have another paint party to do. And I am dreading standing on my feet again for that long and having to suffer the consequences. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to
trying to get it actually resolved.
Yes.
And not masked. Or like a temporary fix, I want it to go away.
Yes.
So does it hurt when you're sitting there or is it just when you're moving around?
If I'm in a certain position, it's my knee hurts when I use it, but if I'm just sitting here, I know that if I sit in a position too long, it's going to hurt more when I have to use it. Like right now, I don't have my knee up, so it's probably going to hurt a little bit more when I get up. But like if I'm laying in bed and I have a pillow under my knee, if my knee is off to the side, like resting to the left, it's kind of like it feels nice. Like I don't have any pain for a minute. But as soon as I get it back up, leveled and like straight, it hurts again. So
right. And which knee is it? Your left knee or left knee? Okay. So if you were to get up right now, I don't know if you want to try to see what your pain level is right now.
Let's see about that. Well, I'd say I'm funny about those 1 to 10 things. I think like 10 is like when you're stabbed or you're shot. Like I can't imagine that, but that's like the crying pain where you just, so I'm feeling like maybe a 7 as I get up.
Uh-huh.
And then pressure on it, like almost an 8.
So the pressure is an 8 and then, or you mean when you put pressure on it, it goes to an 8. Okay. Gotcha.
As soon as I start walking around, like not putting a lot of pressure on it, but walking around a little bit, it starts to alleviate, but I don't know if it's really going away or if it's just because I'm getting used to it. But, I'll cook something or I'll do something. But then once I sit down, I'm like, oh, like, why did I do that? Then I feel like I just, I'm prolonging my healing process, but then I can't just sit 24/7, when I'm not seeing any real improvements.
Right. Of course. Yeah. You can't do it forever. Yeah. And then the location of the pain, if you could describe where it is, and is it a stabbing pain? Dull pain?
It goes across the front of my kneecap over to the left side. And that's where it really hurts, is around the left side of my kneecap.
Across the front and then over to the left side of your kneecap.
The left side, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but when I'm walking, it hurts down my calf on the left side.
Okay.
And this last week, it's been affecting my ankle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the most painful part. And then I feel the heat in those painful areas across my knee. Like always really hot.
And do you feel that while you're walking? The heat?
Oh yeah.
Did you sense it right now when you stood up? Or how intense the heat?
Oh, I can feel the difference from my regular cool skin, and I run my hand over it and I can feel the heat across that painful area. Just at any time of day.
Right. Oh, okay. So anytime.
Yeah. But I'm yeah.
How intense if you recall, when you stood up a few minutes ago, how intense was the heat?
Oh, it's constant. It doesn't go away.
Oh, it doesn't go away. Okay. So how intense is it now?
I mean, you can feel a difference, like you have something like a throbbing finger and you feel that heat. It's just that difference. You can see, it's not like it's on fire. Of course it feels like it sometimes, but there's a total difference in temperature.
Would you say like right now it's like a 5 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then sometimes it's worse. Okay. And then it is like a stabbing pain, or is it a constant? How would you describe the pain, like the type of pain? Stabbing, dull,
Well, it feels like somebody's got a knife in my knee. Yeah. It feels like.
So stabbing, cutting.
Yeah. It feels, it's not a constant ache. If I'm standing and I have to put pressure on it, it's stabbing and achy, like it's intensified, but yeah, I would say more of a stabbing, because sometimes it shocks me. So there's like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do one round of tapping on the pain itself first, to see if we can get it to come down as low as possible. Would be the best. And then we'll go from there. If we have to address, some emotional things underneath it, we could do that. We could try to figure out what those are. It would be nice if it just went away with the tapping.
Oh my God. Yes.
So we'll set that intention.
Yes. Releasing.
Release. I allow this to release all the way.
Yes, please.
Did you want me to review the tapping points or anything at all?
I kind of remember them, but not thoroughly.
Okay. So we're going to start, we do the setup sentence, which is, even though I, have this knee pain, I'll say it for you and then you can follow along while we're tapping on the karate chop point. And then we're going to move on to the head. The rest of the points, we're going to say the reminder phrase, which again, it will say like this knee pain.
Okay.
But we'll go through it after I show you the points. So the head, and then the inside of the eyebrow, right on the bone, the outside of the eye, on the bone as well. Then under the pupil, under the eye, like in line with the pupil on the bone, under the nose, on the chin, and the collarbone, which is like these 2 points that are right in the middle. You can either do one. You feel those 2 little points that pop up? Yeah. Like in the center.
Oh, they're in the center?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can do either one or both, whatever works for you. And then under the arm, which is right where like your bra strap would go, kind of in line. Yeah. If you're wearing one, or if when you do wear one, it
Not
would
today.
be where the bra strap usually goes.
Okay.
And so that would be the last point. Okay, so we will start with the karate chop point. And
So okay, say it first.
I'm gonna say it and you can just repeat after me. Even though I have this stabbing pain
Even though I have this stabbing pain
in my left knee
in my left knee,
that goes across the front of the kneecap
goes across the front of the kneecap,
and on the left side of my knee,
the left side of my knee,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This knee pain.
This knee pain. Although I have this knee pain.
No,
do I
you
say
can
the whole thing?
Yeah, no, you just say this knee pain. You're just reminding your brain
Okay.
what you're
This
talking
knee
about.
pain. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This knee
And then moving on to the inside of the eyebrow, this knee pain. The outside of the eye, this knee pain. Under the eye, this knee pain. Under the nose, this knee pain. In the chin, this knee pain. And the collarbone right in the middle here, this knee pain. And then under the arm, this knee pain. All right.
I need to keep doing it.
We're gonna assess it again and see if it's improved at all or what, it was a 7-8 before. So if you want to stand up and see if it's gone down, we will.
Oh. Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Okay. Is the pain still in the same place? So it's still a 7-8?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more round then.
Okay.
That'll knock.
Start the sentence.
Yes.
So although
Even though. Would you like me to say it first? You repeat after me? It's up to you. Even though I have this stabbing pain
even though I have this stabbing pain
in my left knee,
it
goes across the front of my kneecap,
the front of my kneecap,
into the left side of my knee. I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay. This knee pain. And this pain in my knee. The outside of the eye, this stabbing pain in my knee. Under the eye, this stabbing pain. Under the nose, this pain in my knee. In the chin, this pain in my knee. The collarbone, this pain in my knee. And under the arm, this pain in my knee. All right, so whenever you feel ready,
Hold on.
take your time. Move it around if you have to, or whatever you.
So I still felt some pain. I would say it's decreased as I walked.
Mm-hmm.
It was just painful to stand on right away.
Uh-huh.
And then a little, but not as bad
Okay.
as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Would you say, what would you say the maximum?
I would
pain?
say walking probably dropped 2 numbers.
Okay, so a 6.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So walking, it felt different. It didn't feel as, like you just kind of that just expect it to hurt, after, and then I didn't, and it didn't. So it wasn't that bad. And here's an interest, and it's funny, it went down, the pains like shifted a little
Mhm.
bit under my kneecap.
Oh, okay. So it moved from the left side?
It's not so much the left side,
Uh-huh.
as much on the left side, and then it's now kind of still on the front, but underneath my kneecap now.
You mean like below it?
Yeah, like it went
Okay.
a little lower, and
Okay.
it's still warm, in temperature.
Is it still a 5 in heat? A 4, okay.
I'm feeling improvement, so that's a good
Okay.
thing. It just hurts to use it to get up,
Uh-huh.
but and then, like I said, in the stand, that it takes a second for it to, I don't know what that is, but when you first, like when I first stand up on it, that's when it hurts the most, because I've been sitting and it's been in a different position.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, once I started to walk, it felt easier to walk on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't so bad. So yeah,
Okay.
there is definitely.
Yes. 2 things. Okay. So because it moved from less on the left side to more underneath, that means it's shifted in its emotional aspect. So whatever emotions are underneath this pain, the one emotion went down, and it's allowing another one to come to the surface, which is why the pain moved to a different location. Or you said there's still some on the left, but it's moved a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then what was I gonna say? When you stand up and you said it's more intense, is it still the same area when you stand up? Or is it?
It felt at first, it felt like everything was the same. And but then it wasn't as bad. So like I said, the pain had alleviated, but it was still there. I don't think I hate to have to put
I know.
my
We
YouTube
can,
out again. But it's okay.
we could tap one more time if you want first.
It's so now it's all, as I had to put pressure on it, to stand up, it was in front of my knee, mostly in front of my knee. And that was where probably the majority of the pain was. And I really didn't have a lot on the left side.
Okay. So more in front of your knee, like right on the kneecap?
Like right on the,
or
no, towards the bottom of the kneecap.
Okay. And then that intensity of that, is that where the 6? Is it a 6 or was that what that was?
I would say it went down to maybe 4, 5, probably a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bottom of your kneecap.
But definite improvement. Like it's kind of trippy. So yeah.
Okay, good. Let's tap on that then.
Okay.
And see if we could get that to shift or come down. Let's see. So the left side isn't really there.
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
it might be a little sore just because it's been there for a while now, but not like to the touch, it doesn't really hurt like it was. So yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
Water for that.
Yes. And would you still describe that pain as a stabbing pain?
As I stand on it, as I got up and stood on it, that yes, but it just wasn't nearly as bad. Walking was more like, it wasn't so stabbing. It was just like, just a really, I don't know how you explain that. It just was, what are my options?
I know, right? I don't know. Aching, just maybe like a constant nagging pain.
Yeah, but it was more like a painful pressure.
A pressure. Okay.
Like it was a painful pressure. Like my muscles were really having a hard time.
Okay.
But not necessarily somebody like stabbing my knee. So there's definite improvement.
Okay. So the stabbing is mostly when you first stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could probably address that separately. The stabbing. And let's work on the pressure at the bottom of your knee, painful pressure. That sounds accurate, painful pressure? Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go through one more round.
Okay.
Even though.
Does it matter which side?
No. You can even do both if you want it. Even though.
Right. Even though
I have this painful pressure.
I have this painful pressure
in my left knee.
My left knee.
mostly at the bottom of my kneecap.
Mostly the bottom of my kneecap.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Moving on to the top of the head. This painful pressure in my knee.
This painful pressure in my knee.
The inside of the eyebrow. This painful pressure.
Painful pressure.
Outside of the eye. This painful pressure in my knee.
Painful pressure in my knee.
Under the eye. This painful pressure in my knee.
Painful pressure in my knee.
Under the nose. This painful pressure.
Painful pressure.
The chin. This painful pressure in my knee.
Painful pressure in my knee.
The collarbone. Painful pressure in my knee. Under the arm. This painful pressure in my knee.
Painful pressure in my knee.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Oops. Had to go for a jog.
You're silly.
So that was an improvement.
Okay,
That is amazing.
good. So what would you rate the bottom of the kneecap painful pressure now?
So it has alleviated like it so much that now I just feel an ache when I'm walking. It hurt when I got up, but so maybe it's just because my knee's bent and it's stretching, and then I get up and then it goes back. So maybe that was just, I don't know. But that was the most painful part, was having to put pressure on my knee to get up. And then, but walking, now it's just an ache around my whole knee. Like I feel like all the muscles, like kind of like, you worked out real hard and now you're suffering for a couple of days because you weren't used to it. Kind of like a real sore ache. And it's just like around my whole knee, even above the kneecap. But it's not, there's no direct spot where it's excruciating when I walk.
And when you say around the whole knee, do you mean around the kneecap or do you mean around your whole leg? Like,
well, no, like the whole
like behind.
front.
Oh, the whole front. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The whole front, below my kneecap, the kneecap, and a little bit above the kneecap is now just kind of sore.
Okay. Would you say it's like a dull soreness or aching soreness? Dull ache?
I would say Yeah, a dull ache.
A dull ache. Okay. And then at what intensity is the dull ache? If you can rate it.
When I'm walking, probably 4.
Okay. All right. And then the stabbing pain when you get up, what intensity is that?
I would say probably the 5. I don't know if that really, that part is still kind of a shocking pain that hurts.
Okay.
And that's on my left, and that's still the front and the left side of my knee. That's
Okay.
just that. But it's just when I'm getting up to stand on it.
Okay.
It's not consistent.
Right. So it's a shocking pain on the front left side of your kneecap. Okay. Because we can do that. And I think we should do that. Tap on that. Excuse me.
Let's tap on that.
Let's tap on that.
Okay.
Tap on that. That would be a good shirt. Like, let's tap on that.
Right? Oh my God. I got something to tap about.
Right. Yeah. I tap out.
Okay.
And then we'll see how that addresses that issue. And then we can go back to the dull ache.
Okay.
Because maybe one will help the other.
I believe it.
Believe in you, Cindy.
I believe in you. I believe in me. Okay.
All right. All right. So even though I have this shocking pain on the left side of my left kneecap, when I'm standing up, I deeply and completely accept myself.
Deeply and completely accept myself.
All right. And moving on to the top of the head, this shocking pain. The inside of the eyebrow, shocking pain. The outside of the eye, this shocking pain. Underneath the eye, this shocking pain. Under the nose, this shocking pain. In the chin, this shocking pain. The collarbone, this shocking pain. And under the arm, this shocking pain. All right, so whenever you feel ready.
We have improvement.
All right. Woohoo!
So that wasn't so bad. I would say that probably dropped to maybe a 3.
The shocking pain.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
And
then
then standing on it wasn't so bad either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still the ache around the kneecap.
There's a little ache. I would
Is it-
say let's say it's the same.
A 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.5.
3.5.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. It's getting there.
Yes. Okay. Good. Let me see, 3.5.
This is so amazing. How come this it's so surprising how this isn't like a known. Why isn't this so much bigger than it is?
Yeah.
It's baffling. Okay.
Well, I think one of the issues is that a lot of people have taken it and like changed it and don't use it properly. So it kind of, tapping is kind of well known a bit, but not everyone uses it how it's supposed to be used or gets into, the emotions underneath things.
Okay.
And so then a lot of people will be like, I don't know, it didn't work for me. Or
sometimes if you don't heal that stuff that might have created it, then it just comes back.
Exactly. That is one of the issues. Right. You can't tap
it. It's going to come back.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So if it's used like properly, how, Gary Craig developed it, and, he's done a lot of work and stuff to, really know what works and what doesn't. But a lot of people have kind of, like I said, they've strayed from how it's supposed to be used, and they've either added their own things to it. And
I noticed books that came out maybe 10 years ago. I remember seeing tapping, and I'm like, what's that? And I had no idea. And I think people now in this era are more open to the spiritual healing, holistic stuff. And I think tapping kind of got pushed under a rug or something, like it got pushed aside. So I think when people were not quite open to it, it came out. So now it needs to get reintroduced.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll talk after this because I want to talk about your booth and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So we can either do the shocking pain again, or we can work on the ache around the kneecap.
Do the ache.
Okay. That's where I was going to go to. So I'm glad you said that. We could ping pong back and forth.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it'll just, get down to 0 would be obviously amazing. Yeah. All right. Okay. Even though I have this dull ache around my kneecap, going a little below and above the kneecap,
a little above and below my kneecap,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
All right. Moving to the head, this dull ache in my
dull
knee.
ache.
And the inside of the eyebrow, this dull ache.
Dull ache.
Outside of the eye, this dull ache.
This dull ache.
Under the eye, this dull ache.
Dull ache.
Under the nose, this dull ache in my kneecap.
This dull ache in my kneecap.
And the chin, this dull ache in my left knee.
This dull ache in my left knee.
The collarbone, this dull ache. And then under the arm, this dull ache.
This dual ache.
Right. I'm on pins and needles.
Okay, so I would say it's dropped to a 2.
Okay.
It's there, but it's nothing like it was.
Right.
But it's just a little sore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making me mindful of that it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's definitely improved.
Good. And the stabbing, shocking pain, was that still a 3 when you got up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's a different area. It's a different emotion. So, sometimes one helps the other if they're kind of joined together, but they do have to sometimes be addressed separately. So we can address that one again.
Okay.
It still feels the same. It's in the front left of your kneecap or your knee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's
and it's just not so bad.
right.
It's just a little.
Right. Okay, good. So it's still a 3. So we could do one more if you want and see if we can bring that down a little bit more. Maybe to a 1 or a 0.
Oh. Let's see miracles happen today.
Come on, we are miracle makers.
Right.
Okay. So shocking pain is still good to use. Do you want me to use stabbing? Shocking?
I would say stabbing because I'm not so shocked anymore.
Okay.
And I'm getting up, so I'm prepared for it. So it's not really shocking. It's sometimes, anyways, yeah, I'd go with stabbing.
Okay. All right. I just want to be as accurate as possible. Okay. All right. So even though I have the stabbing pain in my left knee, on the front left side of my kneecap, when I'm standing up, I deeply and completely accept myself. All right, the top of the head, the stabbing pain in my left knee. The inside of the eyebrow, the stabbing pain. The outside of the eye, the stabbing pain. Underneath the eye, the stabbing pain. Under the nose, the stabbing pain. In the chin, the stabbing pain. The collarbone, stabbing pain. And under the arm. This stabbing pain in my left knee.
Stabbing pain in my left knee. Well, that was amazing.
Oh, good. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's I know it sounds funny, but I'm as you know, I think I've already told you this, but you know, you just when you're growing up, you know, unless you're missing a limb, you don't go to the doctor. You just put up with whatever you're experiencing because that's what your parents tell you.
Yeah.
And so there's times I go through a pain and I just muscle through it, you know, just because that's the norm. That's the old mindset, you know, and I forget, you know, that's, you know, something telling me I need to make a change or not do something I'm doing or do something that I'm not doing. And so I'm used to those kinds of things. And it's interesting because I'm just used to, you know, having a pain here or there and just, you know, dismissing it.
Yeah.
I would dismiss this now because it's not intense like it was. So I'm at that point where I could deal with it. I know it's probably not healthy, but I think that if I did more of this, that it could probably, because I think maybe now it's just sore because, you know, I am a little on the heavy side and I do, you know, I'm older. So maybe because of the last 5 months of me going through this, I might have created a little, I'm not going to claim that anything's wrong with my knee, but
yeah,
I think
it's
that
just stressed.
Yeah. And I think that it's totally going to lift and it's gonna be amazing. But I think it's mostly just sore and it's I think about, like I said, if I do more of this, then I think that after maybe a few days, it'll start to go down to a 0 because I think it needs the attention and the more of the tapping and releasing. And then, you know, like a sore muscle needs a few days to recuperate.
Of course. I think that's expected. It's been through a lot of stress over the last 5 months that, you know, if, you know, the emotions that you've kind of released from it, you know, it's not going to it's not expected, I guess, to feel completely 100%. I don't know. Maybe it could, maybe, you know, but I think from what you've endured, it's reasonable that it might just be, you know,
that's why
sore, stress, needs to relax and rest for a few more.
Yeah. I feel like it's like it worked out really hard and now I'm just kind of gonna go through it for a couple of days until it repairs itself or whatever. But
so what would you say the stabbing pain felt like? You could rate it.
Maybe a 2.
A 2.
But 2's nothing. You know, like I can handle a 2.
Right.
But I think that I'll do more of the tapping and because I think that I need to, because this is the tapping is creating the disconnection of brain to body, right? Is that the brain body connection, kind of where it's cutting off the brain from remembering the pain?
What it's doing, there's a disruption in your meridian somewhere. So when you're tapping, there's an energetic disruption. What it's doing is it's getting rid of that energetic disruption and allowing the energy to flow, excuse me, through the meridian again. When you have that disruption from whatever emotion that you experienced, whenever that was 5 months ago, you had some type of energetic disruption, or a few, who knows. But when you're tapping on the meridians, you're basically getting rid of that energetic disruption.
Okay. That makes sense. That
Like
makes total
acupuncture, or, kind of the same thing, without needles. But that's what they're doing, is they're with the needles, they're using the ends of the meridians to.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. I know, isn't it crazy how it works?
Yeah, Louise Hay did a book on tapping, before she passed. She and I was gonna get at the book, and I'm like, no, whatever. But but yeah, I wanted to learn more about that brain body energy thing. Right
before, I just wanted to get another assessment on the ache.
Yes.
The dull ache, if it was still a 2.
I would say a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I'm able to walk with a little bit of soreness, like I said, like I worked out,
like you were sore.
Yeah, like it's nothing nothing compared to what it was. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, when we started, it was like a 7-8, right?
Yeah. And
you had the heat also. Do you still have that heat? It was a 5, and then it went to a 4.
I still feel the warmth across my knee. But that's interesting. Maybe it's just because it's still sore and this is healing itself. I'm gonna go with that.
It's a 4, or?
No, I would say maybe, I'd say maybe a 2.
Okay. That's good.
It's there. It's not intense. It's just noticeable, but not
well, good. Well, hopefully then it will continue to decrease as you rest, and maybe if you tap some more, perhaps it could come down. Hopefully this would be the end of it, right? If the pain does start to come back, then we'll have to address the emotional things underneath it. But hopefully the tapping will just take care of those things, and they will be gone for good.
I'm excited for it to not come back.
I know, me too. That's what I'm hoping. Nobody wants to deal with that.
Anything else for your assessment?
No, I think we did good. We started at a 7 and 8 for the pain. It shifted a few different places, and now it's down to a 1 and 2, and the heat came down from a 5 to a 2. So I think that's amazing.
That is. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos. You can read more about EFT, join my healing community, or schedule a private session by visiting my website at roothealings.com.